Hey, what's up, guys? We're Sight After Dark, your new favorite band. Check out our latest music. And check us out reacting to the all-time classic, which is probably still on the charts, Time by Pink Floyd, right? Like,
On the
most
charts
likely
for
is.
2,000 weeks in a row.
This is suggested by our wonderful patrons over on Patreon. And you know the deal, guys. If you want to be called wonderful, then you head on over to Patreon and subscribe for as little as $1. You know the deal. Get in on all of our content, our bonus content, and our content decisions. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. I'll edit it. You want to do it together?
No, it's fine. It's funny.
All right. Oh my god. The clock's in my right ear. I'm over
Hey guys, obviously we've heard this song before. This is more of a review than a reaction. But
Yeah.
apparently these clocks are recorded just as a recording test to the equipment in Abbey Road Studios and was not originally intended for this at all, for this album.
Yep.
But then I think Roger Waters heard it or something and he was like, oh, we'll work on this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in Pink Floyd heard it and was like, yes, this needs to go on the song. Which I think is cool.
I'm gonna say it's Nick just because he's my favorite. I just love the bass. I mean, you don't think you're about to get yelled at, but you know something is coming, and it seems to be like looming on the horizon. Like,
Time is always on the horizon.
mm-hmm.
Shout out to Nick Mason on the toms, the roto toms.
What time of the year does this song give you an impression of? For all the people out there, and for you too, you can answer later though, not now. What time of the year does this song make you think of?
Richard Wright really atmosphere with his keyboards.
Yeah.
It just builds up and builds up.
Right? It's like little sprinkles. Now, but the bass and the drum, they're not even keeping a specific rhythm per se. Now, why is it funky? I love
Tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home to watch the rain. And you are young and life is long, and there is time to kill today. And then one day
Approaching one of the great guitar solos ever. When you see those on.
are we gonna pause this at all?
no one told you when to run.
Do you want to?
You missed the starting gun.
I want to pause right before David kills us, okay? I just want to talk about David singing and his acting while he's singing. Not acting, but his emoting while he's singing, because he's providing us with questions and answers in his style of singing. Like, you know, like when he starts singing, he's like perplexed, anxious at the same time, and a little bit angry, you know what I mean, about the
Right.
day. And then at the same time, when he gives you his melodic singing, it's kind of like a soothing answer or a little bit of consolation to like his anger and his angst, you know?
Well, do
I
you
think
think
that's like magnificent.
that's David singing, or do you think that's the fact that Richard's coming in with the harmonies there?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that I think that the contrast of the way the singing is like a question or statement, and I think the
And the
harmonies are
response.
the answer. Yeah, it's
Right.
like it's just so cool and magnificent how, because you can be yelling and still have like an answer in your delivery and approach, but it's
Hmm.
somehow the way that he's like yelling his singing, it gives you like this question, and you don't really know what's going on, but somehow the melodies that come in can easily come in with as much perplexion or angst, but they came in as like an answer or a
Right, right.
consolation, which is
I
like,
guess it's the contrast that really makes it.
yeah, that it really makes it, and I mean, I guess the words too, but I just thought that was great. But yeah, so let's hear one of the best
Let's rewind a
solos
few seconds
ever.
first so we can get back into it though.
so it, so it can hit us.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun.
And here comes the best part of the solo for me. I love this part. Right here. Harmonics. And he kind of did it with the solo too. A lot of angst and then a lot of consolation.
And you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Racing around to come up behind you again. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you're older, shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Every year is getting shorter, never seem to find the time. Plans that neither come to walk, or half the page of scribbled lines. Hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. The time is gone, the song is over. Thought I'd something more to say.
And technically, this is a different song now.
Right.
But I guess we let it play out. I don't know.
Do you want to stop it? I mean,
No.
they're not stopping it.
No. I
YouTube
just think
Music
it's
says
interesting.
it's, yeah.
I just think it's interesting when they decide to songs for this album, but it's all basically one or two different songs.
Yeah.
This is technically Breathe Reprise.
Yes.
I can. When I come home, cold and tired, it's good to warm my bones beside the fire. Far away across the field, the tolling of the iron bell calls the faithful to their knees. You hear the softly spoken magic spell.
More. Don't go.
I just hear the piano coming, the exact piano notes coming in next.
Oh man.
This is just things that it just hits you every time, you know?
Every what?
Every time.
Oh. Interesting.
It hits you
Choice
every
of
time.
words.
What do you mean?
I would say it's timeless, this song.
Oh. I was saying every time you listen to this song, I wasn't even trying to make a pun. I'm a little slow today,
I
guys.
know that's
I wasn't even trying to make a pun. I'm just like every single
moment.
that you spend listening to this song, it hits you. It doesn't matter if you've heard this song one time or if you've heard this song 10,000 times. Probably have. It doesn't become any less potent.
No, that's a good way to put it. It doesn't become any less potent. Kind of what he said in the song, right? The sun is the same, even though you have
In
changed.
a relative way.
In a relative way. So time is the sun right now. That's why this album is still on the charts. I literally looked. I literally looked along like 2 weeks ago, not specifically for them, but I was just going through the global charts, and it's still on Billboard.
I don't know. I never won't be.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I've said this before. I find this album to be a piece of art on par with like the Mona Lisa. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like as like the most famous pieces of art ever that have existed. Like,
oh yeah, definitely musical art for sure. And I mean, and don't let one of them pass away because it's just gonna bring this album right back up on the charts to like probably be on the top 10. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, this music, I love the singing and the guitar solo because I just realized, even though I've heard this guitar solo so many times, it's like he did the exact thing with the guitar solo. There was like a lot of angst and perplexion, and then like towards the end of the solo, there's like consolation, bringing in the harmonies and then slowing down the pace a little bit. I was like, oh shoot, he did the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's this. I think it's the chords. I think it's just the chords because the chords, and this is something that took me a long time to figure out in music. I used to be studying guitar solos, and especially this guitar solo, and that's why I say this. This is probably the first guitar solo that I learned note for note because I don't really like learning guitar solos. I like to just do my own shit. But I remember thinking, I was like, how does he make it sound like this? Because I remember playing it by myself with no backing, just the guitar, and I'm like, yeah, I hit these notes, but it doesn't sound like how it sounds when I listen to it. And I realized that it doesn't matter what you're playing on the solo, it matters what the chords are. Everything goes back to what the chords are. And I feel like the same thing is happening on the vocals and with the guitar solos, that once you hit those second set of chords, it just gives you a whole new perspective on the whole song.
Yeah, but that is music. Like it is. I mean, you do that on purpose all the time. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's weird because this is like a classic rock band, but they never fail to put a lot of like hard grooves, a lot of soul and funk into their music, and something like Time, where you're questioning your existence, where you're questioning the things that you have to do in life compared to what you want to do in life, and how life kind of races by you in a way. Nobody's really thinking about getting funky. You know what I'm saying? While you're contemplating these parts of life, but they have a way of just throwing it in there, which is awesome.
So shout out to the rhythm section there. I think Roger's bass definitely has a lot to do with that.
Oh yeah, me too. Even though Nick is my favorite.
Shout out to all of them. This is just a timeless piece of music. Shout out to everyone in Pink Floyd, anyone that had to do this, anyone watching this video, keeping the Floyd alive. Just
keep the Floyd alive.
Keep the Floyd alive. Keep the Floyd alive. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much we can really say that hasn't already been said about this song, about this album, but it's just beautiful, and it'll remain a part of. I'm trying to think of how I want to say this, of like the human knowledge of art as long as humans exist, like from now until whenever the nuclear apocalypse happens.
Excuse me, Dan.
I mean,
you have notes that you need to share.
I mean, talk to Sarah Connor about that. But anyway, shout out to everyone for watching this. Shout out to everyone on Patreon for helping to make these videos possible. We appreciate you. We are S.A.D After Dark, and we'll see you soon.